best of luck to me with this, because the transfer window's finally open. Thank goodness. Some of you might be thinking this morning, you won't be alone, by the way. No more players kicking off because they can't get their dream move. No more Chelsea signing 2 wingers every day. And thank goodness, no more transfer Tinder as well. We all swipe left with that. So it got us thinking this morning, which 3 clubs have had the worst transfer windows? So I've got my hard hat on, and I'm going to give you my view of the 3 worst transfer windows, and I'm sure you're going to disagree, but nevertheless, we're going to give it a go. So, 3rd worst transfer window is...
Number 3.
Sorry, Gabby, but for me, it's the Villa. It has to be the Villa, you know. Okay, they kept Martinez, which is fantastic, but look, didn't get Paqueta, which you know they wanted. They had to sell Jacob Ramsey, which I'm absolutely certain Unai Emery did not want to do. And as I say, with Martinez, I think they probably wanted him out because, you know, at the end, it's a huge amount off the wage bill. And if you look at the players who've left in recent times, from John Duran, Asensio and Rashford, who were on loan, Leon Bailey, Diego Carlos. I like Harvey Elliott a lot, who they brought in. I really do. They brought in Jadon Sancho as well, you know, who might turn the clock back, who might produce what we know. Victor Lindelof. For me, I'm their hands are tied. I know that, guys. I know their hands are tied, but not impressed. What about you, Coisty?
No, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm really concerned. I loved going to the Villa last year, and I love going to Villa full stop. But you know what we're talking about? I think this says quite a lot. We're actually concerned about players that they've lost. And you mentioned 3 there. Rashford, Asensio and Disasi. And the 3 of them were in loan already, Jeff. I think that kind of speaks volumes a little bit. And I know they've obviously got reasons for doing it and their hands are tied. But I'm a little bit concerned for Villa. I really am. And Gabby, I've got to tell you, mate, I've got to say.
Yeah, difficult. It's a difficult time for Villa, for Unai Emery, you know, and all the brilliant people who surrounded him there as well. Right. Next up, number 2.
Number 2.
Do I have to do this one? Honestly, do I have to? Okay, I'm away for a few days after this, so that's okay. Manchester United. Don't you laugh?
If I was you, I'd have done that at 10 to 10.
Right, listen. Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, yes. Yeah, good signings. The jury is very, very, very definitely still out on Šeško. No question about that. And I say that with all due respect, because it is out. He's not had any real opportunities so far, so it's too early to make a decision. Look, they've got rid of, you know, some of those they wanted out of the door, Anthony and Sancho and Garnacho. But look at the hits they've taken on them financially, absolutely humongous. But look, the principal reasons, 2 principal reasons why I think United have had a poor transfer window, they needed to bring in someone with an engine in that midfield. I thought it was absolutely essential, and they haven't done so. Yes, they've kept Kobbie Mainoo, but Mainoo hasn't got the sort of legs that's required to drive that midfield forward, for me at least. And they've gone for the cheap goalkeeper option. Now, Lammens might turn out to be a fantastic goalkeeper. It's just a humongous step for him to go from playing for Royal Antwerp in front of 11, 12, 13,000 people in the Belgian league to huge crowds at Old Trafford. We've seen how difficult that is before for Manchester United goalkeepers. I wish him the best of luck. But for me, Emi Martinez was the obvious choice for Manchester United. What do you think, Coisty?
No, I'm disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing, mate.
Coward.
I'm agreeing with you there right now. No, I just think Manchester United, you know, are in serious transformation period again, right? And I just think it's as important for them to get players out so they can continue to bring players in. I don't think they'll be judged at all on specifically this window. I think the players they brought in, and Buemo, Cunha, Sesko, obviously jury's out a little bit, and forward areas have improved. But I just think the change needed at the club is a positive one in the players that they've let go, to tell you the truth, Jeff. I mean, Ericsson, obviously, and Evans have been two fantastic players, and served the club, served football well. Lindelof away to Villa, Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund, Sancho. It's key if you're going to improve, you've got to make changes. And I think it's as significant United getting rid of a few as it is bringing in a few. So I would let them away with that window, mate. I really would.
Yeah. And somebody's just texted in to say, he was going to be amazing, Sesko, and he was going to sign for Arsenal, but now he's unproven. He is unproven. He's unproven. That is one absolute fact. It's an anonymous texter, Anyway, look, Manchester United, I think they needed needed Martinez, they needed a midfield player as well. I hope Šeško succeeds. I really do. But we shall see. They can't afford to have the sort of season they had last season.
No.
Simple as that.
For sure.
Okay. And finally, the team who has had the worst window.
Number 1.
And I apologise for this. And the reason I'm going to say this is I just can't get excited over any of their signings. And that is Leeds United. I don't know who's going to score the goals for them. I really do not know who is going to score goals for them. I can't get excited that they brought James Justin in. I can't get excited that they brought Dominic Calvert-Lewin in. I can't get excited that they brought Noah Okafor in, and so on and so forth. They needed, for me, a couple of strikers that you could sort of rely on to get goals. And, Calvert-Lewin, you can't rely on his fitness. There's definitely a player in there. Okafor, didn't pull up any trees for Milan, 7 in 39. Doesn't pull up any trees in the Swiss national side as well. Nmecha, another one, not a prolific goal scorer. That's what worries me for Leeds United. I think Sean Longstaff will do a good job in the middle of the park. I'm pretty sure of that. But I worry for Leeds. Simply worry for Leeds. Coisty?
Could not disagree, mate. I could not disagree. You're looking at the newly promoted sides, and I think it's fair to say most or more people would say Sunderland and Leeds have a slightly better opportunity than Burnley to stay up. That might not prove to be the case, right? But looking at it, particularly Sunderland, with their movement in the window, Burnley obviously had a well-deserved and fantastic result against Sunderland at home, so time will tell. But I take your point with Leeds. There's nothing exciting at all. Scoring goals would be an absolute concern in that league, and you've got to score goals to stay in the league. And you look at Sunderland, we mentioned Sunderland, Lefebvre, Diarra, they've obviously lost Bellingham, they've brought in Siddiqui and Mandava and Talbot. You look at the players, Granit Xhaka, I mean, they're having a go. They're really having a go, Sunderland. And if you're looking at it objectively, if you're a Sunderland fan, you've got to be saying, well, we've got promoted, we really needed to strengthen, and we've done that. So it's certainly from the board and the owners and the management, you can tell there's a serious, show of intent. I'm not sure. I'm agreeing with you, Jeff. I'm not sure Leeds have done that.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed, Coisty. You've all got your own views. I get that completely. Even some Manchester United fans are texting in now saying, they're baffled by their current transfer window. But we shall see. Let's face it, it's just guesswork from all of us at the moment. None of us quite know how things are going to turn out. 9:30, just a reminder as well, watch talkSPORT on your TV. Samsung, LG, Fire TV, Apple TV, Chromecast, Android, Google TV, TV, Prime Video, wherever you watch, we will be there. Coming up, we turn our attention to Europe announcing their Ryder Cup team for New York and find out whether this team has what it takes to win across the pond. And stay tuned as we finish the show with Ali giving his take on how Scottish football has fallen so far behind the English game. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.